Hey guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Arab the Plug here again, and in this video I will be teaching you how to trade futures trading on the Binance platform. If you are just joining my channel for the first time and you like content like this, ensure you subscribe. And if you have been there for a long time, if you have been here before, we are welcome back. Ensure you hit the like button so that this tutorial gets to a lot of people and they get to benefit from this. And to clear a misconception about using Binance, especially for the Nigerian audience, you can still trade futures or anything on Binance. The only issue with Binance is Nigeria is the P2P platform, where you cannot do P2P platform. But you can still trade spot, you can still trade futures and do every other thing you want to do on Binance. So this video, I'll be teaching you how to do futures trading on Binance, the step-to-step guide. So ensure you stick around to the end of this video, like and subscribe. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I'll be talking about is what futures trading is. Futures trading is the kind of trading where you do not trade on the spot, but rather you do a kind of contract, do a kind of derivative contract with the purpose of speculation, which means you are speculating that the market is either going to go up or down. And in futures, we have some elements. One of them is the long and short button, or the long and short trade, which means you have to kind of trade. You can predict that the market is going to go up or move up, and that is a long trade. And you can predict that the market is going to drop in price, and that is a short trade. So when you place a long trade, it means you are predicting that the market is going to go up, and if the market goes up, you make money, and if it goes down in a long trade, you lose money. And for a short trade, you are predicting that the market is going to come down, and if it comes down, you make money, and if it does not, you lose money. That is what long and short means. Also in future trading, you have something we call the leverage, which is like a borrowed money, a kind of money that will be borrowed to you by your exchange, which allows you to maximize your profit. But the downside of it is that if you use too much leverage, which means you are borrowing too much money, there is a higher risk of you liquidating your account and making a lot of losses. So borrowed money, which is leverage, an advantage, but you have to use it to the best of your ability, which means you have to be able to use a reasonable one, and you don't over leverage when you are trading on futures. The third thing is what we call the liquidation price, which is a kind of price that if the market starts going against your direction, if your direction is long and the market starts going short, there is a price that once the market gets to that particular price, you will have lost all your capital you have put into that trade. So let's say, for example, you are taking a long on Bitcoin and you put $500 on the trade. So there'll be a price, maybe $250 or $350 according to the market. They will set a price called liquidation price. Once price start going against you and it's going against you, there'll be a price. Once you get to that price, you will have lost all your capital in that trade, and that's what we call the liquidation price. The fourth thing is the margin, 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 which is the amount of money, capital you are using to place a particular trade on the futures trading platform. So those are the important things you need to understand when it comes to futures. You need to be able to use them to the best of your ability. You need to be able to manage your risk when you're trading futures so that you don't get to waste your money or lose your money uselessly or anyhow in a bad manner. So let's get right into the tutorial. Homepage on Binance. This is the homepage. You see down below, you see home, market, trade, futures, and wallet. So if you want to trade, you click on futures. That is where you trade futures. So the first thing you want to do when you get on this page is to deposit money into your futures wallet. If you don't have money in your futures wallet, you just deposit. You already have money in your USDT account. You can just click on this page here. You see this particular point, the arrow is pointing to. Click on it. It's going to take you to your page where you can transfer money. So if the money is in your spot wallet, you can transfer it to futures. And if it is not in your spot, you can just click here and you select where the money is coming from. So I have money in my spot wallet. Let me just transfer 280 of it, 280 USDT into my futures. So once I do that, confirmed, the money has been transferred to my futures. That's the first thing. The second thing you do is to select the asset you want to trade. For me, it's BTC USDT. You can see it right up here. And if you want to change that to any other asset, you can just click on it and search for what you want to trade. So let's say you want to trade bonk. You can just search for bonk. If you want to trade Dogecoin, you can search for Dogecoin. You can click on it. If you want to trade AVAX, you can search for AVAX. So search for the asset you want to trade and click on it. So for me, it is BTC, so I will leave it at BTC. After you have selected that, the next thing you want to do is select the margin type you want to use. On Binance, we have two different kind of margin. So this is the place you are going to select. It is where the arrow is pointing to. You click on it. You see you have cross margin and isolated margin. So isolated margin simply means that the margin assigned to a position means a particular trade you are taking. The margin assigned to a trade is restricted to a certain amount. So for example, if you are entering that trade with $100, your margin is $100 strictly. If you lose the $100, it is only the $100 that you have lost. So if the margin falls below the maintenance margin level, the position is liquidated. However, you can add more and remove margin at the will in this mode. So if you want to remove from your margin, you can. If you want to add to it, you can. Simply means that if you are entering a trade with $100, it is strictly $100. But for cross margin, I've selected cross margin. For cross margin, all cross position under the same margin asset share the same asset cross margin balance. It means that if you are entering a trade with $100 and you have a balance of like $500 in your futures wallet, if you have lost that money, if you have reached the liquidation level, your assets in your balance can be brought into that position to continue the trade. You understand that? But for beginners, I usually advise isolated margin, and that is what I use most of the time. Then after the margin, the next beside it is the leverage. And I told you leverage is like a borrowed money. You have to be careful when using it. For me, I usually advise between 5x to 15 or 20x leverage maximum. Right? So I used to select maybe something like 5 to 15x leverage, because leverage is borrowed money. And also leverage differs from one coin to another. For Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can use up to 125x. For other coins, some are 75x, some are 100, some are 50, depending on the stability of the asset in the futures trading market. So I've selected isolated margin, I've selected 15x leverage. So now, next thing is to go into trade. But we go into trade, there is this left side below the leverage, below where I selected the leverage and the margin. That is what we call the order book. Order book is simply orders that have been placed in the market that have been executed immediately. The red ones are the short orders and the green ones are the buy orders, that are orders that are being picked by the market at the current price. So that's that. Then how do you place a futures trade? How exactly do you place a futures trade? You know, in futures we have the long, which means you are buying or you are predicting that the market is going to go up, and we have the short, which means you are predicting that the market is going to go down. So let's start with the long trade. You come here and click on this place. You have different market options, other options, different ways by which you can enter the trade. But for me, and for the sake of this tutorial, I will select the market and limit only. I'll teach you how to use market and limit only. First, let's click on market. I click on market and you have market. Market simply means you are buying at the current price in the market, the price that is available at the immediate time you click on buy or short is what we call the current market price. So I want to take the trade from the current market price. I want to take a long on BTC. Then I come to this place, I select the amount of USDT I want to use in that trade. So let's say I want to use 50 USDT to enter the trade. I select it. If I want to set take profit and stop loss, I can click on this point and set my take profit. But for most times, I usually set my take profit and stop loss during the trade. So let's say you have selected the USDT you want to enter the trade, you just click on buy long. So, okay, you can also use this line to drag the the size of your trade. So let's say you are taking like 24% of your assets added to the leverage, you can just click on buy long. So once you do that, you have it in your position. You have your position running, which means you have opened the trade, buy trade, and it is running. And when you have this trade, you have different kind of things. You have the trade BTC USDT perpetual, you have the margin, the isolated margin, you have the leverage 15x, and you have the PNL, which is the profits and loss. PNL, profit and loss, which is like unrealized at the moment. Then you have the size of your trade, which is the amount of the trade you are taking. The amount of the size of the trade simply means that the your capital times the leverage you are using, which is like your margin is the capital. Margin is 64.07 times 15x leverage. That's the size of your trade. So your margin is the exact amount you used to enter that trade, which is 64 USDT. The ROI simply means the percentage profit or loss you are making, which is minus 1.3 at the moment. You see that the price is moving, which is showing the movement of the trade. And you have entry price, the exact price where you enter the market, mark price, the current price in the market, and liquidated price, which means the price by which, if the market gets there, you get liquidated. That is what it is. So let's do it for a short trade too at the market price. And just drag it and select a short trade. You can see a short trade has also been opened, and it seems like it's being merged. So that's it. So you can also you can adjust your leverage while you are trading by just clicking on leverage. You can adjust it, you can put it up, you can put it down, but I'm not going to adjust this because this is just a tutorial. You can set take profit and stop loss by just clicking on take TP and SL. Okay, you can select your position, take profit, put your price here, the price you want the market to take profit for you automatically, and stop loss, the price you want the market to take profit for you automatically, and confirm. Also, if you want to close the trade, you can just click the close button here. Also, if you want to look at your percentage profit, maybe you want to show it off on the internet, just click on the button right here. You see it, you can save it, you can share it on your Instagram, Twitter, and the likes, and that is it. If you want to close the trade, you can just click close, and the trade would be closed immediately. You can see the trade has been closed. So if you close the trade and you have made profit, the profit is going to show in your futures trading balance right here up. So also, if you want to use limit order simply means you want to enter the trade at a price the market has not reached. That is what a limit order is. So limit order means you already have a price that you want to enter the market according to your own analysis, right? So just click on limit, choose limit, then you put that particular price. So let's say if you want the market to drop to $63,000 before you place your long trade, for example, just select limit, then you choose this thing to drag the position, and you already selected the leverage, the margin type, and every other thing, and you click on buy. But for limit order, it is not going to be in your position, it's going to be on the open orders, right? So you'll be able to see that on the open orders. That is what a limit order means. So it is only when the market gets to this particular price you've put that the trade will be activated and is going to show on your position. So that is how to buy or sell, or long or short, using futures trading using limit order. So this would be the end of the tutorial for this. If you got some value, ensure you hit the like button, is very important. Ensure you subscribe, share with your friends, and also if you want to learn technical analysis, you want to learn how to understand when to buy, when to sell, when to place order, I have a video on my channel where I talk about technical analysis. A 2-hour video. I'm going to teach you technical analysis from the beginning till the end.